We're getting there. Slowly but surely.
How many are we doing?
6. Yep, we're halfway. Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
This is...
Another gift. Oh, the Whiskey Vault. Vault. Welcome to the...
We said this.
Oh, okay. This is a gift from Faith and Al Warren, Magnificent Bastards.
Faith and what?
Al. God damn it.
You magnificent bastards. Oh, dude. So you remember in the Whiskey Tribe episode that was recently out, and we were making fun of like the K you add.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments said, this is very much a Waco thing.
Yeah, I read that too, and I'm like, really? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there's like so many people that they knew that grew up within this window of time that did the exact same thing, and it drove her nuts.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it is regional.
So you have a very, very concentrated
Waco
regional dialect.
Tiny little group of Waco people.
Let's go drinking.
Yeah, let's go drinking. They said Faith prefers Scotch. He's an Ardbeg cult member.
Okay.
But they wanted to send us this one. Iron Smoke is one we've done before. I think Brendan Kite sent us one, but he sent us the cask strength.
Yeah.
What this is a bourbon, 4-grain, with applewood smoked wheat.
Okay.
Right? Tommy Brunette, a musician, came up with this plan. Oh, there's that note. Hey.
Yeah.
This is the note.
Yeah.
Okay, so I made a promise to myself that from now on, when I stumble onto that note, that I would write it down.
So I knew it was coming. The moment you put your nose in there.
Yeah.
And now.
Pine craft note. Iron Smoke Bourbon. So to me,
there's also a very like a dried hay underneath that note.
Okay.
Very dried, like a honey dry hay underneath it.
Oh yeah, okay. Here's the thing. I think I figured out where it comes from.
Where does it come from?
For us anyway.
We've been looking for years trying to figure out.
So, we're distilling bourbon, which we've never done before until recently.
Yeah.
It's in the bourbon. I'm finding it in the bourbon. And what's happening is it's where we cut. So what happens, we were standing there one time.
Well, that's an easy thing to get around.
Yeah. Huh. But if you cut too far.
Is it in the tails?
It's in the tails.
Okay.
Yeah, so what happens for us is we get this really nice chocolate and melon and all these beautiful fruit notes in our bourbon. And then right around 120, this green, almost asparagus vegetal note shows up on the nose, but not on the palate.
Okay.
And as soon as it hits the palate, we cut.
Yeah.
Or right before that, if we can, right?
Yeah.
So you can bleed it out if you just hint at it in the nose, but if it gets into the palate, it like affects everything.
Sure.
Right? It's like leavened bread. There's a reference for you. But
the leaven of the Pharisees.
What I think this is,
beware the leaven of the Pharisees.
Because I hate that note.
The green pine sappy note.
And I was terrified we were going to get that in our bourbon, and so it showed up in the tails.
Right. So this is starting to make sense based on the context, the premise you're describing. Mm-hmm. First of all, glad that it's not like a barrel thing.
Yeah.
Because there were some theories for a while, so maybe there has to be like, can't be kiln age, has to be yardage. I
think there is a barrel thing.
Okay.
That makes it even worse, but that's a different kind of note. This is like fresh grain.
Right.
Whereas that wrong barrel note is sappy.
And then there's a question of, is this a certain type of grain that's very common?
Yeah.
I mean, it can be yellow dent corn because that's everywhere in bourbon.
This is not sappy.
Yeah.
Right? It's not tree sap. So it's not the barrels, I don't think.
Okay.
It's overly fresh grain and green vegetation.
Okay. But yeah, just not going too deep into the details. That makes sense to me because it's very common in craft. Mm-hmm. And if you're a craft distiller, then you're trying to like figure out like how to maximize, because the wider you go, the more you can sell.
Yep.
Right? And if you get a little bit too carried away with the tails, which it sounds like it's where you're spotting this note, you're getting a little bit too carried away with the tails, then you're going to get that green Yeah.
It's not so far into the tails that you get like damp cardboard and wet dog, but it is far enough that you've sucked in some of the green vegetation.
You can't stand that note.
Hate it, can spot it miles away, like people who hate onions or cilantro.
I don't. It's not my favorite at all. I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but it's not like an aggressive turnoff.
I hate it like you hate
For me,
eggs.
like, dude.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. Do you know what you're saying right now? I don't think you know what you're saying.
Gagged, almost can't, don't want to drink it, can't get the taste out of your mouth if you accidentally do.
I don't think you know what you're saying.
Maybe I
don't think.
went too far.
It's this. All right.
Oh, I can't get rid of it. Oil. Yeah, it dominates the palate. Super young honey grain.
Yeah. So you get dry hay. You pour some honey over the hay.
Granola.
You're not wrong.
I know. No, it is actually like one of those Nature Valley oat and honey bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because there is very present flavors, but there's also a little bit of a thin quality to it.
Yeah.
Like in the finish, I think.
Right.
It's 40%. So.
Yeah, this is New York. This is batch 31, by the way, in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those. I gotta think it's the cuts, man.
All right. Yeah, going back a second time. Like, farmer's market, there's some granola stuff and then some dried hay. It's like a farmer's market on an actual farm with dried hay everywhere.
Yeah.
Diesel Weasel, how do they distinguish what requires a locked vault above what they are currently in?
Oh, yeah.
How many vaults are in there, and does each vault have a locked cabinet? Explain your whiskey inception.
Yes, isn't that funny? No, we are going to have to reorganize as we do the old vault and take it back over what we move up there to make room in here.
Right.
We haven't yet decided that. Right now, the locked cabinets, there's two. One for American stuff and one for non-American stuff.
Yes.
And price is not necessarily the driver, although it's mostly more expensive stuff.
Yeah.
It's if this is empty, replacing it is going to be really hard.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which was one of the reasons why we have the benevolent bastard.
Right.
Because anything that gets replaced, even if we've done a review before, still deserves a shout out.
Yeah. And like, for example, there's a $30 Jameson in there, but we got it at Middleton at the distillery.
Okay.
And it had our name on it.
Oh, yeah, they engraved.
And I was like, so I stuck it in there.
They engraved the thing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, you...
Yeah, not for us.
You do this okay, that's identical to Emma. Okay. Because it was used in all of the commercials for the cereal. Yeah. It sounds the same. The delivery's the same.
Okay.
I've been okay.
Yeah. There was a moment trying to get that line. I was feeding it back to her, and she was saying it. I'll say it like this. Okay. And then she'd go, okay. No, a little bit like this. Okay. So back and forth. Just saying okay.
Okay.
There's people out there that this was probably made for. It's not us. There's a very particular note that's really not our cup of tea.
And Peter.
Huh?
That's who it was made for.
Peter?
His name is Peter.
Peter, you tell me. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
Steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.